That's an area where you want to really minimize putting any real direct pressure in that popliteal space, because you've got a lot of major nerves, you've got a lot of major blood vessels, you've got some lymph nodes that all live in that space. And so you can damage those if you do a lot of real specific pressure right in that soft spot behind the knee. Okay, so this is a little bit of the massage therapist in me talking, but you don't want to put, you just don't want to put a lot of pressure there. You can, if you feel the back of your knee, you feel sort of stringy things on either side. Okay, those are your hamstring tendons. Those are okay to treat. You just don't want to get right in the middle of that. Okay, how does that really affect us? We're not going to be treating lower extremities very specifically. How does that really affect us? Well, you may be looking at how a patient is sitting. Perhaps you've got a patient that has to sit. They, they're like stuck in a wheelchair or whatever. That's where wheelchair fitting becomes really critical. Is if you've got the seat is too long, then they're jamming into that soft space all the time. They could actually create some nerve and or blood flow issues from having a seat that's too long.
What if you have someone that's just really, really short? I mean, I know I had a girl in my class once, she was just really, really tiny. I mean, she was like 18 years old, but she looked like she was maybe 12. Like her femurs were like this big. So I mean, any seat, anywhere would hit right on that. What do you?
Well, so that's a problem when you're up and mobile and you're moving around, because most general seating is made for an average height of around 5'5". So most community chairs are either too high for me, and oftentimes they're much too deep. And then now, for some reason in decorating, it's very fashionable to have a too deep seat. So what she would have to do is sit on the edge of her seat, or find a way to have her own chair. It's like what you have to do is you have to pick your battles carefully. I mean, obviously you're not going to carry your chair with you all the time. But what you would do is, you know that about yourself, and so you search the room for the best chair for you for the moment, and you have to think about how long you're going to sit there. It's like the chair that you're going to sit in a lot. So if you were an office worker and so you're in that chair 8 hours a day, then you would want to make sure that you got the correct chair for that. You see what I'm saying? And the thing of it is sometimes you can't count on your work. They should buy that for you, but you can't count on your work to do that. I mean, I wouldn't be above buying my own chair. I'd label it, this is my chair.
That being said, at work, a lot of my coworkers are making fun of me when I put my chair down because I want my feet on the floor, touching the floor, and they're like, "Why are you doing that?" They're always suggesting. I said, "I just feel comfortable that way." But I didn't know that with them hanging their feet, they're kind of like messing up the job. So I'm going to tell them today.
Well, and we'll get more into that when we start talking about posture. It's like really hard to talk about the lower extremities without talking about posture. But we're going to get into the specifics of how you adjust yourself at a desk when we get into posture. Okay, the pes in serene, that is Greek for goose's foot.